your whole life you have been manipulated to chase, to want, and for it to become what you need. You have no idea how to sit still, you have no idea how to relax. Just knowing that you need to go on your phone or do this or do that. Is that the way we really are meant to be, with a minimal attention span, unable to really do any kind of activity without thinking about something or having something on in the background, having a video on, going to a party and someone's got a TV program on in the background for background chatter? It's so easy. It's so easy to get used to these things. Even myself, with the years I've tried to resist these things, you see how it becomes easy. We are not meant to be like this. We are not meant to be constantly wanting things all the time. I don't have the scientifically concluded answers. I just, every day I wake up and I just look around me and I go, this is all wrong. I watch my own behaviour, how it's manipulated through devices and conversations and the way people are. How, if I wasn't aware, I would go down a really deep rabbit hole. I still do. There's so many people who say these kind of things, they pretend they are a perfect practitioner. It's just bullshit. I am an imperfect practitioner, but this is not what I'm doing. I'm not here to... I would understand if it's interpreted that way, but I'm just sharing. I have to share something because I'm going mad. And I want people to think. You don't have to do what I say, but just to think on it. People cannot cope with that silence. I can't. I've tried to make it better, and it has gotten better, but I'm still dependent because, again, I was, from birth, put in front of a television. I would eat breakfast before school in front of cartoons. And I remember being upset about having it taken away from me. I look at children who cry on the bus because a mum will give them their phone and need the phone back, and they cry because they don't have their screen. I mean, so much of everything is just all on a screen. It isn't the dystopian artificial reality where we're all in pods, but it's just a really shit, boring, still dystopian alternative. I watch people who work come back from work and sit in front of the TV for a couple hours. And yes, they've worked very hard, but the fact that that's what they come home to, that's their prize, and with their monthly pay slip, that is just egregious. I notice that, again, you put people in a room with no stimulus and people struggle for a while. But the positive thing is that even in that struggle, things will come to just bearing something that's not even that uncomfortable. Just like like another part of it is that just people follow their first instincts, and it's so encouraged. And because we have phones and stuff, that you're going to spend all your time following the first instinct, and then when it comes to emotions and other situations, you are going to just become someone who can only respond to the first instinct. Yes, I don't believe we're designed for deep rumination either. I do believe it's something we kind of birthed. It's a tool that is now kind of thrusted on us. I'd say use it, but use it for its own ends. think about something as much as it needs to be. That ultimately, you still got to do something. But I still think it's easy to overthink. I'm an overthinker. I'm really bad for it. But I still believe there is somewhere between the mindless, instinctual instinct of living that people do, where they just, the first thing that pops into their head, they'll go on the phone and they'll just follow the algorithm on the phone, between obviously obsessively spiraling, because you thought about everything far beyond its need. There is still a point between those two where you can look at something and go, well, what is this and why am I watching it? I mean, this is what I think all the time. It's just like, why do I want a screen of this? Like, people could say, oh, yeah, well, it's something you've never seen before, or it's educational, but like, so often it's not. And things are chopped and edited just to make people be able to pay attention. If you look at like adverts and programs on the television now before the way they used to be, it's already gotten so much worse, because again, people just can't do anything for more than a few seconds, and it's people even without ADHD, some of a kind of like, I just don't know. I watch people on their phones, they won't watch things properly, but they will just sit there and just do it, scroll. I've never understood it. It makes me feel so ill when I do that. Because I go on, when I catch myself doing it, I just see like, what is this shit? And it makes me feel so just like, you just see this shit and it's no use, and a lot of the time it's just negative crap. It just takes you away from the moment you're in, and it makes you so ungrateful, so spoiled, because you don't look at what you've got and you don't remind yourself like how good it is. Just like not being able to like appreciate living unless it's through a screen. And I think it's brilliant in terms of a Machiavellian assessment that if you want to, destroy someone's attention and their free will and their own ability to think for themselves, you should put the device in their hand, you let them scroll, you give them a remote, you give them a controller. It really gives that feeling of control because you're doing something with your hands. I think that's a big part of it. Do you know what I mean? I really do think, because I find when I scroll, it's just the hands want to do something. I mean, the way I see it, fortunately for me, I'm lucky enough to go, what the fuck am I doing? This is just dog shit. But most people are just gonna sit in that. I am not encouraging anyone to be some productivity freak. I fucking hate all of it. I think it's disgusting. But you shouldn't just be doing that either. Like, be yourself, talk, wander, pace, look outside, do something. You realise the amount of stuff you get done when you are able to make the distinction and stop, because, like, I notice, like, when I put my phone down, because I just don't enjoy it, and I notice how sick it makes me feel. And then there's that human, I don't think it's fully authentic, but that human desire to do something, and you'll do something so much useful. And again, I'm not subscribing this or presenting it as some like, oh, way you can be a productive person. I don't want to do that. I don't give a shit about that. But for your own well-being, it's good to have that motivation just to do those simple things you need to do, rather than it be sucked away. There was something I was going to say. I'm not going to hold on to this too long because it's probably not enjoyable to watch, but something to do with the screens and, my point would have been something like, the things that will come to you randomly on your own, yes, they can be unpleasant, especially when you're mentally ill like I am, but you have so many fresh ideas, perspectives, and you just won't get that. You're silencing yourself. Stop doing it. I know how hard it is. 4 years later, I'm still in this position, but I'm telling you, it's still worth doing, and there is still benefit to it. You know, I somehow don't regret it, because it would let me spiral, but I still don't want to have those behaviours because I've seen the other side of it, and it's so much better. Just let yourself see what's so uncomfortable